Module 4, Lessons 13 and 14, Writing Division Expressions. Our learning targets are: I can write a numerical expression in two forms, dividend divided by divisor and dividend over divisor, and I can note the relationship between the two. When we write division expressions using the division symbol, we represent dividend divided by the divisor. So how would this look if we were to write the division expression as a fraction? It will be dividend over divisor. So the dividend is going to be in the numerator spot, and the divisor is going to be in the denominator spot. When we are making division expressions, there are 4 ways we can do it, and they're all going to be equivalent to each other. So the first way is we can write it in words. So we can say the quotient of the dividend and the divisor. And so the second way we can write it is by using the little bracket that we know. So in this case, the divisor will go outside of that little bracket, and the dividend will go inside the bracket. And the third way we can do it is by using the division symbol. So dividend divided by the divisor, and then the last way we can write a division expression is by using a fraction. So dividend over divisor. All 4 of these are equal to each other, and all 4 represent a division expression. Okay, so I have written a division expression using words. So the quotient of 15 and 3. And we are going to write it 3 more ways so that they are all equivalent to each other. So the second way was using our bracket. So 3 is going to go on the outside because that was our divisor. And 15 will go on the inside because that was our dividend. The third way, we're going to have 15 divided by 3. And then our last way is the fraction, so it will be 15 over 3. All of these are equivalent, and they all show the exact same thing, and they would all give you the same answer of 5. So now we're going to take the division expression 1 divided by 2, and we're going to write it without using the division symbol. And we just went over how we do that in the last 2 models. And we know that there are 3 other ways we can write it without using the division symbol. However, the bracket is still technically a division symbol. So here we're going to start writing them as fractions. So we know that the dividend will be on top of the divisor. So in this, we know that 1 is going to be the dividend and 2 is going to be the divisor. So we're going to have 1 over 2. And if you can't remember that, you can draw a model. So I've drawn this box, and this whole entire box is 1. And we're dividing this entire box by 2. So I'm going to cut it right down the middle. So we know that one section of this box is going to be 1/2, and the other section of this box is also going to be 1/2. So let's see if it's going to work for another division expression. So we have a divided by 2, and we want to write it without using a division symbol. So I'm going to start by drawing a model. So I'm going to draw a box, and this entire box is going to be equal to a. And since we're dividing by 2, I'm going to cut it in half, and then one section will be a over 2, and then the other section will be a over 2. So without the division symbol, our expression will be a over 2. Alright, so we're going to continue practicing writing division expressions without a division symbol. So we're going to continue to write them with using the fraction model. So we have a divided by b. A is our dividend, b is our divisor. So a will go on top and b will go on the bottom. So our next one is g divided by the quantity of h plus 3. So we know that g is our dividend, so g will go on top. We're going to put our fraction bar, and then it's going to be the quantity of h plus 3 is the divisor, so on the bottom we're going to put h plus 3. Right, and this last one is the quotient of the quantity m reduced by 3 and 5. So m reduced by 3 is going to be our dividend, so that's going to be m minus 3. Draw our fraction bar, and 5 is going to be our divisor, so 5 goes on the bottom. So now we're going to practice writing division expressions using the division symbol and as a fraction. So we have 12 divided by 4, so we're going to start by writing it with a division symbol. So we're going to have 12 division symbol, so divided by 4. We're now going to write it as a fraction, so 12 is going to go on top and 4 will go on the bottom. The quotient of 6 and m, remember that a quotient just means an answer to a division problem, and 6 will be the dividend and m will be the divisor because it's going in that order. So we'll have 6 division symbol m, so 6 divided by m, and then as a fraction we will have 6 over m. So if you get a question that says the quotient of blank and blank, the first number or the first letter is going to be the dividend, and then the second number or letter is going to be the divisor. And this last one is y divided by the quantity of x minus 11. So y is our dividend, so we will have y divided by the quantity x minus 11. So we're going to put this in parentheses, x minus 11, and you have to do it when you're writing it this way with the division symbol, because using order of operations, if you don't have the parentheses, then you would be doing y divided by x and then subtracting 11. And it says the quantity x minus 11. So we need to do x minus 11 first, and then we can divide by y. And then written as a fraction, y will go on top, and then x minus 11 will go on the bottom. You can put the parentheses here. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to put the parentheses here when it's as a fraction, because when it's as a fraction, you have to solve that first. You have no choice. But if it helps you to put the parentheses so you remember to do that first, then you can. Alright, now I'm going to give you a couple ones that I want you to practice on your own. So I will put them on the screen. I will give you a little bit of time to come up with an answer. It will probably not be enough time for you to come up with all the answers because I don't want to just have the video playing for 2 to 3 minutes in silence. So you can pause the video and I will tell you when you should be pausing the video. Alright, so you are going to write an expression using the division symbol, and then you're going to write an expression as a fraction. So 3 divided by 5, 7 divided by the quantity x plus y, and then the sum of the quantity h and 3 divided by 4. Okay, so now I want you to pause the video because I know you did not find all the answers. So pause the video, and when you're ready, you can hit play and see the answers. So pause the video right now. So here are the answers to those 3 problems. Did you get them right? Did you get some of them right? Did you get none of them right? If you got none of them right, that's okay. You just need some more practice. So I would suggest watching the video again. If you got them all right, then you're good to go and you're good to move on and work on your problem set. Time for the lesson summary. Remember, when you are writing division expressions with the division symbol like it is on the screen, the dividend comes first and then the divisor. If you're writing a division expression with the bracket form, the divisor will go on the outside and the dividend will go on the inside. And if you are writing it as a fraction, it is going to be dividend over the divisor. Now, go complete the problem set.